What's going on, guys? It's Thursday and I'm back to help you win another Forza Horizon 5 trial event. This week we have Fine Art. It is a road racing event for classic racers tuned to S1 spec. This one was actually kind of a handful for me, just trying to find the right combination for the car and tune I decided to ultimately go with. It was really fun actually going through practice and trying different things out, seeing what I could do to get the best lap times and best comfort possible. The car I decided to go with is a 1964 Ford GT40 Mark 1. I made a tune for it. I'll show it on screen right now. It is called S1 Road Racing. Now, a few months ago, or a couple months ago, whenever it was, we had a trial event for classic racers. I believe it was also S1, and I used the number 6 Lola. My reason being for that was, number one, I had it, and number two, I didn't have one of the Ford GT40s yet, which is the car I really wanted to use then. I actually obtained one of the GT40s this time around, so I figured I'd make a tune for it and give it a go, and I think overall it's better than the Lola. It's a lot easier to drive, at least in my opinion. You can obtain this car one of two ways. You can either get this as the brand affinity bonus for owning 25 different Fords. If you do that, you'll get the car for free. If you don't want to own 25 Fords, don't want to go through the hassle of buying that many different cars and have a bunch of credits saved up, you can also pick it up in the auction house. It's going for right around 5 million credits. That's really not that unreasonable for cars in this category, all of which are going to be relatively expensive. You can also get the 1966 Ford GT40 Mark II, which I think would also be a very good car. I don't have it in this game, but I know in Forza Horizon 4 it's a great car. That car is 11 million credits in the auto show, which is absurd. However, you can go to the auction house, and they are going for right around 3.2 million credits, which is actually pretty decent, again, for classic racers, because in general they're just fairly expensive. I think these are the best two cars to go with. I think the Lola is very good. I think the Shelby Daytona Coupe is very good. However, I haven't driven in this game. I'm just going on the few times I've done these trial events with these cars. My teammates that are good usually seem to have the Shelby Daytona for some reason. I guess it's, I don't know, you can get it as an accolade. That's probably why people use it. If you don't, there's some specific accolade for it off the top of my head. I'm not sure which one it is. Let me know down in the comments if you know which one it is. Somebody pointed out the last time we had a classic racer video, but I forgot what it was. Or you can buy it for 30 million credits, which is a lot in the auto show. However, in the auction house, I'm sure it's cheaper. Let's see here. I'm actually looking for it right now. And the Shelby Daytona is indeed going for right around 2 million credits. That's not too bad. So that's also a good option. I think ultimately the best cars to go with are one of the two Ford GT40s, the Lola, the Daytona Coupe, or a lot of people also seem to be using the Porsche 917 LH. A lot of people seem to be using that. I wouldn't use the stock one, which is like the rental. But if you own it, I have it. I think we got it as a prize or something along the way. So if you have that, get a good tune for it and make your own. It seems to be competitive as well. The Lotus Cortina is a sleeper. I think it's also solid. I have absolutely no experience with any of the other classic racers in this game. Like, I haven't used Jag E-Type or anything like that. So I'm just telling you what worked for me. I definitely recommend getting the 64 Ford GT40, either from buying it or buying 25 Fords. It's definitely money well spent. If you don't have it, and you watch my previous trial video on classic racers, and you have my Lola tune, it's going to be more than competitive. I just think for the circuit race and at least race 1 and 2, the GT40 I feel like is better. It's easy to drive. I have a weird kind of downforce tune on it. I have the front splitter tuned all the way up, downforce wise. It's cranked. I think it's 100 feet of downforce. And then I have the rear wing all the way down. I think it's 200 pounds of downforce. So it makes it have a desirable amount of oversteer going into a corner, but you're not going to oversteer so much where you just completely lose traction unless you super hard brake and try to just power slide through. This car is very easy to drive. It has very good acceleration. The only downside I would say is the initial launch is not the greatest, because I have the gear ratio tuned down pretty low, so it does kind of have a bit of a sluggish takeoff. Once you get past that, it's smooth sailing for the most part. It is going to take some finesse to beat a couple of AI in this event. You're going to have to be a pretty good driver. Can't really can't really make too many mistakes. I definitely recommend practicing beforehand. I made blueprints for all 3 events. However, the first race is 5 laps instead of 3, so they're all there. I did not have to go to race 3. My I don't know what the heck happened. My team was losing, I'm pretty sure, in race 2, so that should have forced us to race 3. But I was going through my players friends list. I was going to tell the guy in last to leave, but then I looked at the screen. It said blue team wins. I was like, all right. We were down by like 250 points or so, but we somehow still won. I'm not complaining. We got it done in 2 races, which is great. So it's, like I said, it's definitely something. I think it takes a little bit of skill for sure. I definitely recommend practicing, but I think this is the best car tune combination to tackle this event, and it's the car you can reasonably obtain it. It's not like it's one of the ones where you have to spend 30 million credits to get it or something like that. If you win, you get the Porsche 356 A1600 Super, which is a mouthful to say. It's the rare classics category, I believe. A very basic car. I guess you could probably do some stuff to it to make it cool, but it's fine. Sure, it's better than, I don't know, getting like a Reliant Super Van or something like that as a prize, or some kind of stupid skirt like we got before. But overall, this trial, it's a little difficult, but your team should be okay unless they all show up with the stock Porsche, which isn't a good idea. But if you'll have a couple teammates, I'm sure, that are good enough. If not, just give it a couple goes. You should be okay. Even if you don't win, you can probably be top 3 or 4 and have your team be good enough to win this event. So let me know down in the comments what worked for you. If you used my tune, let me know as well. That's something I really like to enjoy seeing. I like seeing comments saying like, oh, this tune is great, or oh, I used your tune and I won. Warms my heart, because that's the main point of making these videos. I'm trying to help people out. If you need help with any of these events or anything else, just in Forza, if you just want to talk, anything like that, there's a link to my Discord server in the description of this video. Hop in there, say hello, ask for some help, whatever. We have people in there always willing to help, always willing to spend some time to make this community a better place. It's a good thing to be a part of. There'll also be the share code for the tune if you missed it earlier on in the video. Leave a like on the video if it helped you out. Subscribe for more weekly Horizon trial videos. Good luck. I will see you guys next week for another one.